Hi guys, and welcome to this lecture on how to use Helm File to deploy Jenkins Helm chart for the first time. Alright guys, so in the previous lectures I have explained what's inside of this Jenkins folder, so let's double check on it. Okay, so over here we can see the standard Jenkins Helm chart with its structure, so you can see helm chart.yaml and then values and the templates. And we have said that I've just made a copy of this values file and I've created this file. Then I showed you that you can do all your customization in form of this file and then specify it as a flag. But I've decided to input everything or to include everything in the Helm file. And the Helm file is basically this file. So this is the Helm chart and this is the Helm file. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So I need to use Vim for that, or whatever like text editor you like. Alright, so this section was described to a deep detail, and this is the file, basically our custom values file you can use for customization, but we are not really using it because these values have basically higher priority than these values. So all the other values you don't see in here, and they are defined within these files, will be applied from this file. But these variables like master service type, master node port, persistent volume, and then master admin password and RBAC will be taken from this definition. Okay, so let me close this file and let's try to run, or let's try to use the Helm file command for the first time. Okay, so let's double check by running Helm at first whether we have anything deployed in our cluster. So as you can see, we got empty output, and that's the proof that there's nothing deployed in our Kubernetes cluster. Alright guys, so let's try to use Helm file for the first time. So let's try to run Helm file -f, and then we need to specify like the Jenkins Udemy Helm file definition I previously described, and then the keyword sync. So this is something like install. So let's try to hit it and let's see what happens. Okay, so this file is being read by this Helm file command, and it's trying to apply the deployment. And as you can see, we didn't get any errors, and it seems like everything went through. And in here you can see like the resources which have been applied. So in here you can see like the service account, and then cluster role binding, and then service and so on and so on. I didn't talk about the service account that much and cluster role binding, but this is basically, or we basically see these definitions or resources in here just because we allowed RBAC as authorization policy. Let's try to run kubectl get pods and services for now, and let's see what happens. So in here you can see the pods. There's only one pod with one Docker containers, and I know there's only one Docker container because I see only one. So this is in status ready, in status running, but it's not ready yet. So we need to wait until we will see one from one. But more importantly, you can see that our Jenkins master service is listening on this port 30,477, and we have defined this service in our Helm file. So one of the variables we have customized was master.node port, and we specifically assigned this port. We can see which has taken an effect. Okay, so if I'm going to run kubectl get persistent volumes, because we are having 2 gigs persistent volume, you can see that previously, or if you go to GitHub, you will see that Jenkins persistent volume or persistent volume claim basically for that chart is by default 8 gigs, and in here we have 2 gigs. One of the other variables was this RBAC true, which we saw that it has been created, or like the related resources have been created. And we have defined our Jenkins 1 through 3 and hash password. So I will use it when I will log into the web interface for the first time. So let me ask Kubernetes one more time whether this pod has been already started. And as you can see, it has been started. So I would say we are ready to go to our browser, but first we need to allow this port, this is the type of node port, in our security groups in the AWS. So let's go there. Alright guys, so this lecture is getting pretty long, so I'm going to cut it in here and I'm looking forward for the next one.